Hey, what's up everybody? This is Big Sky Crypto, and I'm doing a TradingView tutorial. I'm going to do several parts. This is part one, and this is actually the second take of part one. I did one last night, but after I watched it, I didn't like it. I was kind of rambling on, and ended up being about a 40-minute video, which I want to try to keep this 15 minutes, maybe 20 at the most. So I didn't like what I saw and when I watched the video, so I'm doing it over again. So anyway, this, as you can see on the screen, this is the front page or the landing page that you would come to when you go to TradingView.com, and there's a few different things you can do on this page. It displays people's ideas. If you have a chart that you draw up on and have an idea, either identify a chart pattern or have an idea on where a stock or cryptocurrency might be headed, you can publish it as an idea, and this is where they're displayed here. You can see they have top authors, people who have a lot of views of their ideas, people who publish a lot of ideas. They have a market summary area here that kind of looks at this is looking at the stock market. They've got news, different stuff like that. You can right here under, this is where my name is, you can hover over this and there's a drop down window. You can use this to look at different features that the platform has. There's actually subscriptions. You can use it free if you want, but you can also subscribe. There's several different, I think there's a Pro plan, a Pro Plus, and then a Premium, I believe. I think I have the Pro Plus. It allows you to do, you can click on this, compare plans, and it'll explain it all to you. There's more features. If you have a subscription, there's more features that are available to you. And they got house rules, bunch of different stuff here on this drop down menu that you can, charting library, different stuff that you can look at. I don't want to go too deep into it. Best thing is just come on here and just kind of start looking around. And then over here on this left side, there's some tabs, ideas. This is where you can look at people's published ideas, and there's just tons of them on all kinds of stuff. There's thousands of different ideas you could look at. On the markets, you can, like the stock market, indices, futures, cryptocurrency markets, you can check all this out. Scripts. I think this is scripts that people write for different indicators. Education, you can click on here and you can actually pay, I guess, if you want, for different classes that people are offering. There's also a free one on here that you can click on. If you click on this education tab, there's a free one that you can take. I think there's some videos you can watch. And this chart, I think, just takes you into the charting section, which we'll go to here in a second. Okay, so to enter the charting section or area, you can either, I think, click on this chart tab, or this box here. You can put a ticker in if you're looking for a certain stock, cryptocurrency, whatever. So say if I put in BTC, you can see you get this drop down which has all the different trading pairs. You can see this one's BTC US dollar in Coinbase price, euro, pound. There's all kinds of them, tons of them. So I'll just click on Coinbase, the US dollar, just to get us into the charting area. And I'm using a dark theme. Mostly I've used a light theme in the past, but I'm trying the dark theme for a while to see how I like it. But you can you can change back and forth between light and dark, whatever suits your, your eyes better. First off, going across the top, I'll explain what we have here. On the upper left over here is the little box where you can type in tickers if you want to change to a different ticker symbol, different cryptocurrency, different stock, whatever. You would click in there. And then these little buttons here are all the different time frames. Like right now, you can see the 1 hour is blue. So I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame. So each one of these candles is 1 hour. But you can, you can click on a minute. Now that's looking at 1 minute. Each candle is 1 minute. You can save these. I have these saved. So 2 minute, 5 minute, 15, all the way out to 1 month. You can save whichever ones you want. What you can do right here by this little arrow. This is the time interval. You can click on this and you get this drop down. And these little stars mean these are my favorites. So it saves them and puts them across the top here. And down here you can create any time frame you want. Typically, depends on what you're doing. If you're doing like short-term day trading or something, you're going to be wanting to look at like 1, 2, 5 minute, maybe 15 minute, something like that. Where if you're doing swing trading or something, you might be looking at, day, week even, maybe something on an hourly, but usually you're looking more long-term. But anyway, this is where you can create all that. Create your favorites. That'll be put across the top here. This little arrow here, you can click on to display if you want candles, bars. I like candles personally. I just like look at them better. There's bars you can click on. Like I said, I like candles. There's hollow candles, line chart, which like I said, I just keep them as candles. That's what I like. But that's where you could change that if you like something else. This little gear is for chart properties. You can click on it. This is where you can change the color of the candles if you want different colors. I just have green and red, but you can make them white and black or any color you want, whatever you like. This is also where you can change the theme. I'm on dark. You can change it to a light theme. I don't know. I kind of like it. Like I said, I've been using light for a long time, but I kind of like it dark, I think. Scales, there's all different settings here for the different scales. The background, even though I'm on the dark theme, you can change the how dark it is. You don't have to have it super dark. You can go to a little lighter. The grid, the vertical and horizontal grid lines you can change. So you could make like I did there, make the background a little bit lighter, and then you can make it any color you want. You make it red if you want, or I just have it black. But this is where you would do all that. The crosshair for like you can see here, the dotted crosshair lines. You can change the color of that, also the weight of it, how thick it is. So that's where you do all this stuff. Time zone, you can set your time zone. Trading, you can actually trade right off this platform. There's certain brokers, I guess, you can link it to and trade. I've never done that, but that's available. They have there's tons of stuff on here that you can do. I probably use not even probably a quarter of what features are available. There's alerts you can set, events and alerts that you can set to notify you if something happens, depending on your parameters that you put in. So that's the chart properties. You can compare or add a signal, or excuse me, add a symbol. So I'm looking at Bitcoin here. If you wanted to look at Bitcoin versus Litecoin or Bitcoin versus Ethereum, you can add symbols here. So you can look at 2 more, 3 more. You know, you can just keep adding different symbols there to compare different things. This button here is for all your indicators, which you can click on, and there's just tons of them. There's all kinds of stuff. I like to keep my charts as uncluttered as possible. So I've got moving averages. Sometimes I think I've got 5 different moving averages. Right now I'm looking at the I think I've got the 10, 20, and 50 exponential moving average, and then I've got the 100 and 200 simple moving average. Sometimes I might only have 3, 5's the most that I've had, or that I use. But this is where you can, there's all kinds of stuff that you can, all kinds of indicators that you can add. There's tons of them. You can create your own custom indicators and save them. So like I said, there's just tons of stuff you can do. Okay, you can also save any indicators that you set up, all your moving averages, whatever indicators you have. If you want to save it as a template, that's what these stars are right across here. I have a few different ones saved. I honestly don't change them too often. I have one where I can totally eliminate all of the indicators. So I can click on that one. This is probably the one, like I said, this is probably the one I use the most, which has the 5 different indicators on it, the 3 exponential moving averages, the 2 simple moving averages. It also has the VWAP line, which is this dark blue. That's a volume weighted average price line. And then you got volume obviously down here in the bottom. Another thing I'll mention quick is if you want to manipulate the chart, you can left click and hold it down anywhere on the chart, and you can just kind of drag it around wherever you want. Same thing on this price scale on the right side here. You can left click and hold it, and you can shrink or expand it. So that's how you can easily manipulate the chart. You can also use the wheel on the mouse to zoom in, zoom out. So those are just ways that you can manipulate the chart to make it, to view how much of the chart you want to, or whatever. And going across here, continuing, there's this is another place where you can create alerts. You can click on here and create alerts. There's this little, looks like a light bulb. That's for published ideas. You can have them displayed on your chart or not. Like if I go to the day, I can just show you real quick. If I go to the daily candles, you can see this triangle and this circle. These are ideas that were published about Bitcoin in the past, and you can always go back and click on them and open them up and look at them. So that's what this does. You can either have those displayed on there or not. I like to leave them on there. And I'll go back to the 1 hour chart. Also, if you double click on the price scale, you can see I double clicked on it and expanded it out. This arrow here is just for an undo. If you make a mistake or something, you can click. Say if you deleted something you didn't want to delete, you can click on this undo and just undo it. You can go full screen by clicking on this, like that, and then just hit escape to get back out of it. You can save chart layouts. Say if you, you changed your candle colors, whatever, you can save the whole layout here and then open up, go back and forth between layouts. I have some saved, but I pretty much stay with the same layout most of the time. And then over here on the right side, there's a bunch of different stuff. This window here, these are all saved tickers like Bitcoin, Dash. This is where you can create watch lists by adding. There's this box here where you can add symbols, so you can just add a bunch of, just like when we first started. You can put in Bitcoin. You get this drop down, so you can click on whatever. It'll populate this window here, and then you can click on this box next to the ticker window, and you can actually save it as a list, like a watch list. There's all kinds of stuff. You can import watch lists. You can rename it, but these are all mine here. I've got tons of them. Most of them are stock related, but I have some on crypto, like crypto in US dollar, crypto in Bitcoin. So that's where you do all your watch lists. This top one here. If you do have alerts set, if you do set alerts, you can click on this, and it will it'll show them here. I don't have anything because, like I said, I don't really use that. This is a data window. You can click on here, and it displays all the data, like all your moving averages, the VWAP, where all the the open and close, like if you're on a certain candle, which it's all also, you can see here it's got the open, the high, the low, and the close for whatever candle you're on. And then it's also displayed over here on the top of the chart. Same thing. If you hover over a candle, it'll give you all those four same thing. Same, all the different prices. This is you can click on this, and it gives you hot lists for, this is all stock stuff here, but you can create hot lists for, there's just tons of stuff. You can go in here. I rarely use any of that stuff. There's a calendar you can use. These are, for different ideas that you may come up with. I have some published ideas, but I don't have them populated into here. And then there's different chat rooms you can go into. You can click on this one for public chats, and there's just all kinds of different chat rooms you can go in. There's quite a few on cryptocurrencies now, stocks, oil, gold, all kinds of stuff. But there's a lot of just the last few months, a lot more cryptocurrency ones are popping up. But these are all chat rooms that you can go into. There's private chat. If you different members on TradingView, if you want to do private chat, you can set that up. Idea stream, just looking at all different people's ideas, kind of like on the front page. The same thing you could do. You can do that here, so you don't necessarily have to go back out to the front page. Notifications that you get. And then there's a trading tab here for, like I said, you can do actual trading right off the platform. So that's basically on the right side what you got. I usually just keep it on my watch lists. And then on the left side here is all the drawing tools. You can there's just a ton of stuff you can add. Let me get back to Bitcoin. Ton of stuff that you can add to the charts as far as drawing. You can change what the cursor. I have it on this cross right now. I kind of like that because it gives me the price line, the vertical and horizontal lines, which is nice. But you can make it an arrow, a dot, whatever you want. You can make it an eraser. This one here is for adding trend lines, angles, arrows, all kinds of stuff, channels. But you can, like if you want to add a trend line, you just click on it, and then you can come in here and add a trend line. You can change the color of the trend line, the weight of make it thicker, the weight of the line, the style. You can make it dotted. You can do. There's just tons of stuff you can do with that. Like I said, this is all drawing tools, so they got all kinds. They got Fibonacci stuff, all kinds of stuff. I don't use this stuff all that much, really. I stay pretty basic. There's a brush. You can click on this if you want to draw on the chart. You can freehand do whatever you want, make squiggles. There's a rectangle. I use these like ellipses, rectangles. I use these fairly often. You can click on it and, I use this for making like a resistance zone or something like that. You can click on it and then you can drag it down wherever you want. Something like that. You can change it, same as with the trend line, you can change the color of it here. That is something that I use quite a bit. This one here is for adding text to the chart. If you want to, write a note on it or, whatever you want to do. There's call outs, balloons, all different kind of stuff. But if you want to do text, you just click on text and then click on the chart somewhere, and this window will pop up where you can enter your text. You can change the color of it, the font, the size, bold, whatever, the background color, all of that stuff you can do here. So there's quite a bit you can do. I use that quite a bit. More drawing stuff, Elliott wave stuff, triangle ABCD pattern, just tons of, like I said, tons of stuff. More chart drawing options for doing long position, short position. This one here you click on, there's just, I don't know, tons, hundreds of different shapes and letters and all kinds of stuff. This little ruler you can measure, like if you want to know how many candles there are across a certain time period, you can click on that and then hold it and I click on it and then drag it across, like that, and it'll tell you there's 35 bars, and it'll tell you that it was 1 hour and 11 or 1 day and 11 hours, and it'll actually tell you if the price went up and down during that time. So I don't ever use that either. There's a zoom. If you want to zoom into part of the chart, you can do that. Thing will zoom in and then hit the undo just to get out of it. The magnet, don't really have a clue what that does. I've never used it. This hide all drawings tool, I do use that quite a bit. You can, if you put drawings on here, but you don't really want to see them, and also you don't want to delete them, you can just click on this little eye and it'll make them disappear, so you can go back and forth. You can eliminate them, do whatever you want on the chart, and then if you want to look at your drawings again, you just unclick it and they'll come back. So that's pretty much on all the drawing tools on this side. Let me see, down on the bottom there's some tabs here that you can click on. There's like a screener for like screening stocks, different stuff, like a stock screener. A note, if you want to take notes, there's this text note area. Pine editor, not sure, that's for writing code or something. Strategy tester, which I don't use any of this. Paper trading, you can actually paper trade right off of here. There's this little window here which you can pull up, and like if you want to paper trade, say you want to buy Bitcoin or something just to see how a trade would work, you can click on that buy and it'll pop this window up, and you can do like a market buy, limit, you can set a stop, all kinds of stuff. So you can actually place an order and just see, doing paper trading, see how the trade worked out, so you can practice doing trading or whatever. I haven't used that either. It's kind of a cool feature, but I've never really used it. Down here in the bottom right, you can take a picture. If you draw up a chart, you can take a picture of it and save it. I do that a lot. I've got folders full of different charts, so I can go back and look at them later for different ideas or whatever. You can publish your ideas. Like I said, that'll populate them out on the front page. Different other people can look at them and comment on them, and I do that fairly often too. You can also, when you publish it, you can have it send it to, you can send it to Twitter or stock twits. I usually just do it to Twitter, publish it there also. So I think that's pretty much goes over most of the features. If I missed anything, I can, like I said, I'm going to do at least 1 or 2 more videos on TradingView, so I'll go more in depth on setting up in different indicators and what they do and all that. I'll just go more in depth into that. But this one I wanted to try to, actually I probably have gone longer than I thought I was going to again, but the first video I did was just way too long. I was kind of rambling, so hopefully I didn't talk too fast in this one. I was trying to speed things up, but so I think that's I can't think of anything else offhand. Probably missing something, but if I do, I'll get it in the next video. So hope this was some valuable information, and for someone that hasn't really used TradingView, I mean, the easiest thing is to probably just go on and just start using it, but I just thought I'd do a video that just kind of shows you a little bit of the features, and that might make it a little easier for when you're first starting out. So I hope it helped, and like I said, I'll probably do 1 or 2 more of these, and I hope you like them, and until I do another video, we'll see you later, and take care.